All right, happy Thursday night, everybody. Another record-breaking day here in West Texas as the temperatures shooting up into the 80s. It was glorious, it was beautiful, and we're glad you're hanging out with us here in the home offices tonight for the daily broadcast. We got a lot of stuff. It's over, underrated, right? Thursday, dips. Dips for chips. Dips for anything. Dips. Super Bowl party. The great dips, the bad dips, the horrible dips, the dips that maybe you make. I don't know. Share your recipe tonight. Also, we asked, can Texas Tech win the Big 12 basketball championship? Why and why not? Why do you think they can win it? Why do you think they won't win it? The opportunity is more than there right now going into this big game against Arizona coming up on Saturday night. Late, late Saturday night here in West Texas. 9 o'clock tip off. Super Bowl hype. Tommy Tuberville, the great grifter. You know, Tommy Tuberville talking earlier today about coaching Bart Starr in high school and what it was like coaching and recruiting Roger Staubach and John Elway. Come on, Tommy, the ultimate grifter. Why you got to be that way? Man, he just steps in it, doesn't he? All right. Let's get your thoughts, your questions, your comments, anything that's on your mind tonight. Let's have some fun in the time we have, and let's get it going in three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, here in the home offices tonight. Glad you're hanging out with us on a over underrated right Thursday, brought to you in part by South Plains College. The road to Raiderland runs through Levelland. I think they're doing a junior, like a junior day, high school juniors out there tomorrow. If you are looking at your college options, a lot of great Red Raiders started off as great Texans. A lot of great Texans go out and do great things. So check it out at South Plains College. Hey, maybe you're just looking for some adult continuing education classes. I've mentioned it before. They've got unbelievable culinary arts deals out there where you can go and learn how to cook and whatnot, which would be really neat. We're also brought to you by Sideline Provisions. Look as good or even better than the Red Raiders with the help of some great Red Raider graduates. They started Sideline Provisions a few years ago. Hats, shirts, you name it. Really cool original stuff. You can find it at Quarter 4. Now, that's the old Cardinal Sports Center, South Loop 289 and Slide Road. Go to quarter4.net if you're out of market. You want to order online. I think if you go to the Raider Zone and click on that, it'll take you down to Sideline Provisions. We link to it every time we post the cool, and you see it up there above me. Sorry, I went bad weather guy right there and used the wrong hand with the Sideline Provisions logo. You know it, the cool guns up logo. Sideline Provisions, your great people. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook. Check out their stuff at Quarter 4 and quarter4.net. All right, let's get it going tonight. James has given us thumbs up. Why would he do that? Well, he lets you know that thanks to United Supermarkets, everybody can get in on the chat line. You can get your questions, your comments posted. Thanks to United Supermarkets, your go-to for the Super Bowl this weekend. All the dips we talk about tonight, even hummus, you can find right there at United Supermarkets. MarketStreet.com. Check it out online. You can order online, pick it up, all that cool stuff. Craig, the talking box is on. Indeed, it is. Indeed, the talking box is on. So we got Facebook. We love our YouTube people. The YouTube people, I think, will probably start getting in. We'll talk Tech basketball with you tonight. Why? Why not win the Big 12? I'll give you a couple of reasons. It's easier for me to tell you why they won't than why they will. Why they will, well, they're a good team, and they're right there with everybody else. Off our Twitter page, or Twitter, is it a page or is it an X? Is it a what is it? Jay getting in at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter if you don't follow us there. And by all means, please subscribe to all of our channels, everybody. And if you're on YouTube, like the program, share it, do all that stuff. But at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter. Greetings. Tech can win it all because they're pretty good. Bean dip is underrated. Most dips good. Most dips good. Most dips good. Bean dip is bean dip. And it gets kind of a batter. It gets shoved to the side. It's like, if you show up to a Super Bowl party with a bag of Fritos and bean dip, they're going to be like, nah, I didn't do anything. I guarantee you people will eat it, though. But it's still really good. Kelly on the K9. Confident in Tech winning the Big 12. Tell me why or why not. I want the why or why not. I love the confidence. I love the, I think they can. I like, and what we do here in Raiderland and what we've done for 35 years or so doing this type of stuff. I'm more interested in the why and the why not as opposed to the, the bold proclamations of Tech's going to do it. I support Tech. They're going to do it. Well, tell me why. Why are they going to do it? Why are they going to, beat Houston again? Got the tie break on Houston right now, by the way. Got the tie break on Arizona. Tell me why. Meanwhile, James is back on the dip train. A 7-layer dip, go-to dip. Okay. 7-layer dip. We got a lot of stuff going on. It can be really good. It can be butchered sometimes. I mean, at a certain point, the 7-layer, the thing with the 7-layer is you got to go in all the way. You basically got to go in and get a big scoop out of the whole thing, flop it on a little plate, and that way you're getting all the 7 layers. Otherwise, you only got like a couple of layers, and you don't want that. You don't want like 2 or 3 layers. You want 7-layer dip. You want all 7. So you got to make it work. And then, see, Super Bowl parties are all about finger food, moving around, not chained to a table, sitting around at a table having supper with folks. No. Freedom, mobility. That's the key. That's the key to good Super Bowl party food, right? Jeff is on our YouTube channel. I know he's probably subscribed. I know he's probably liked this today and shared it with friends. Tech will win the Big 12 because they can play whatever game you want to play. Shootout, brawl, whatever. Guys know their roles. All right, there you go. And that's a hallmark, I think, with this team and where Grant McCaslin's tried to get them. When he was coming, everybody's like, oh, man, Tech will never score more than 70 points again. No. If you've gone back and look at some of his previous teams, they scored points when they had guys who could score points. When he was at North Texas, he was having to win with defense because he couldn't score. This team can score. I do like that line of thinking, though, and I think that's what makes Texas Tech a hard out in the NCAA tournament is that they can play you in the 80s, or they can go score 64 and win. What do you want to do? How do you want to play it? Guys knowing their roles, I think they're getting more comfortable with that as each game goes along. I do. Tell me some reasons why they won't. Tell me reasons why they won't win the Big 12. James, if Tech beats Arizona this weekend, they win the Big 12. Offense catching up to the defense. All right, so you go beat Arizona, and you're going to be sitting there at 10-2. You'd have Arizona down to 10-2. You'd have a 2-game break on them. Houston, you've given them their only loss. You still get them coming up on the 24th. And after that, you've got a 2-game lead over Iowa State. You got a 2-game lead over Kansas. You still have Kansas to play. So, you still got the ability to tag them with another loss. Talking about Kansas. So you have, as of today, 1-2 games against the teams ahead of you, and then another game against one of the teams behind you, and you don't have the tiebreak on Iowa State, obviously, but you got a 2-game lead on them. I'm not saying Tech's sitting in the catbird seat by any stretch of the imagination. Don't get me wrong. Don't misconstrue my words. We're asking why or why not tonight can Texas Tech win the Big 12? First answer, non-answer. Good to have you out there, Andy. Craig says, overrated 7-layer dip. Rated right. Queso. Underrated jalapeno popper corn dip. Corn dip or bean dip? Or corn dip? Corn chip dip? Hold on. Jalapeno popper corn dip. All right, that brings us into the realm of queso, which we assume for our purposes is going to be a dip. And I'm kind of with you on that. Most quesos are going to be just a good queso. Mine going to be a great queso. Mine's off the chart. Yours is probably going to be pretty good. Some of it's just going to be melted cheese, and that's okay, right? Again, Super Bowl party. Our expectations are low. Are low. But well, what about we get into the bean dip realm? We get into the French onion dip, and there's only one chip you can eat with French onion dip, and I think we all know that that's Ruffles potato chips. Then we get into the there's somebody like the Fiesta Ranch and the I hadn't even really talked about just plain old guacamole, you know. Then you got the buffalo chicken, this and the season that, and I mentioned earlier hummus. I'm not anti-hummus, by the way. I've had some hummus that's pretty good. Overrated, underrated, rated right. I've got one, and I'm going to give it out here in a little while. But it's like, and you can get it at United Supermarkets and Market Street. And it's so good that nobody's going to mention. And it's amazing with jalapenos, stuffed jalapenos. So good. All right, Bruce, if they go into Phoenix and win, I'll change my mind. Well, they're not going to go into Phoenix until they play Arizona State. You mean Tucson, south of Phoenix. I'll change my mind. I think we lose another couple of games. I think we finish top 4 in the Big 12. Still have to play Houston, Kansas, and Arizona. Sign me up for Fritos and bean dip. All right. So, yeah, like we were just saying, you got games against all the teams that you're in the mix with. Part of winning a championship at this point is being in the mix and playing the games against the teams you need to play. You 100% control your own destiny if you're Texas Tech right now. That the teams you would need to tag with losses, you still got another game against. I think Bruce is probably thinking about the Phoenix Open, which we all wish we were at, right? Waking up at 2 in the morning to go get in line for 16th hole. Chris says a half cup of Hellman's. What about Dukes? Can we do Dukes? Half cup buttermilk, pack of ranch salad dressing mix into in their dip, all the difference in the world. Okay. Pack of the salad dressing, not the dip mix. Okay, I get you on that. Two different things there. I see where we're going with this. All right. Be good. Just you're not dipping like celery in it, are you? Spinach dip is rated right. Hot spinach dip with really good pita chips. I can get behind that. It needs to be the hot spinach dip, you know. Oh, now Chris is changing up everything. A cup of each. What, your wife is over your shoulder going, it's a cup, it's a whole cup. Not half cup. Yeah, it could be half cup, you know. How much you gonna make? Hell, Robert, nobody knows what we're talking about here. We could be talking about dip, Super Bowl, Tommy Tuberville being a grifter on Patrick Mahomes. What a rube. What a rube Tuberville is. I don't know. The question, Robert, what the hell are you talking about? Could Arizona State be a gotcha game for Tech? They're all gotcha games, and I'm going to get to that in a second. All right. You got Arizona State next week after Arizona, and you got the Oklahoma State game on the road. You know, you got gotcha games out there. That's what we're going to get to. Robert wants to talk about queso. I'm in favor of queso. I endorse queso. Jan, I think our defense is catching up. Defense was not good early on. I think the defense is coming around. Part of it's having your best defenders out there consistently, more and more. Healthy defenders comes in handy. Got to have the top and ankle working. Got to have all the ankles working. Got to have all your ankles working. D. Will topping all the ankles. Ankles. The bane of college basketball coaches. Ankles. Mama would kill me if I said half a cup. We don't want that to happen. Red Dawn on Twitter. Wreck 'em. Go Chiefs. We'll do tomorrow night. We'll do predictions on the Super Bowl. It's fascinating. I think there are a lot of smart people out there trying to talk themselves into the idea of taking the Philadelphia Eagles. And I was told all week that the line was going to move towards Philadelphia as the week went on, that it was going to go to Philadelphia. It was going to move to Philadelphia. The sharp money, the big, heavy money as they raised the limits in places around the country, that money was going to come in. The syndicates were going to come in, and it was probably going to go to Philadelphia as a favorite. Ain't seeing it yet. Ain't seeing it yet. I'm not saying you've got to take Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying you got to bet on the Chiefs. I'm saying I ain't going to lose a bet betting against Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl. One thing we've discovered that if you put Market Street's jalapeno pimento cheese on top of the grilled hamburgers instead of a slice of cheese. I like where you're going with that. Sounds good. All right, so I'll give you a really good pro tip at United Supermarkets and Market Street. The smoked Gouda pimento cheese spread that you can find in the deli. It's in the prepackaged area, all that stuff. Get that and jalapeno poppers with the smoked Gouda pimento cheese. You can wrap them in bacon if you want to. You can just, do them in that. The cheese melts at a perfect rate that as you heat that jalapeno, and you get a little char on it if you want to, whatever you want to do, grill it however you want to do it. Do it in the oven. Seedless, if you want to core it out, that's fine, however you want to do it. Soak it in milk, take some of the heat out. But I'm telling you, the smoked Gouda pimento cheese spread with the jalapenos, if you've never done it, try it this weekend. Come back, report back, tell me it's not one of the greatest things you've ever had. It is a tremendous concoction of melting cheese that stands up perfectly to the jalapeno. The jalapeno. Jeff, we don't win the Big 12 if we don't win all the games against the teams below us. Well, there you go. Thanks. My day is done. I have no reason to be here anymore. Well, 6:46 and we're already out of here. Yeah, that was easy. Oh, crap. There's more. Buffalo dip. Made from actual buffalo. Robert, tell me, is that overrated, underrated, or rated right? That's one of the things we kind of get away from tonight on the dip talk. The dips that are overrated, the dips that are underrated, the dips that are rated right, overrated, underrated, rated right. Thursday, give me a little bit on that. The ones that you love, don't love. Other people love them, you don't like them. Nobody's even mentioned ranch. Is that a dip? I guess it's a dip. It's a dip, yeah. Ranch is a dip. 6-3 the remainder of their way. All right, so where are your three losses? Buffalo dip rated right. So we ask you why or why not Tech can win. Why not? So you're going to have an off game. Where's the off game, or what is the off game, or what's the recipe for the off game for Texas Tech the rest of the way? Let's take out games against the top contenders, and let's say you're playing a TCU or West Virginia, Oklahoma. So you guys get the idea. What's going to happen that's going to trip them up? And right now I see two things that would be the bane at this point. One is you shoot sub 30% on threes and you keep shooting threes. I know some of you guys are tired of hearing me say it. I think the sweet spot is between 18, 19 3-pointers a game. Beyond that, it's a diminishing return. You can only shoot so well. Those long threes become turnovers. They become points off turnovers. So the first thing that gets you beat, you're ice cold from 3-point land, and you keep shooting it. And they've had a tendency to do that this year. The second thing is this is a good free throw shooting team. However, they go through stretches where either they don't get to the line because they're shooting too many threes, or they miss the threes when it matters most. And really, pardon me, free throws. And really, I think the best stat I've seen over the years is what's your free throw percentage, 4 minutes left in the game decided by 6 points or less. Show me what that is. That to me is the recipe for an off night. And you go, okay, let's say you lose to Arizona. You beat Houston in Lubbock, right? Kansas, who knows what Kansas is going to be by then? Do you need to go 2 of 3 against those two to have a chance? Can I go 1 of 2 and only have 1 GAC? Maybe. Don't know. You tell me. 3-point shooting, free throws. Not so much defense anymore. I'm not worried about that. I don't think defense is going to get you beat. Craig, and I think you asked this last night while Don Williams was on. I didn't see it until we were done. She has not. Aaliyah Chavez has not announced her intention to sign with anyone at this time. I think there's about 4 or 5 suitors still out there. I know the Lady Raiders are still mentioned prominently in that. I had been told preseason that she desperately wanted to get this out of the way before her senior season. Obviously, that's not the case. I think what you have right now is a classic bidding war going on financially between 4 or 5 schools around the country. And good luck. Get that checkbook out if you want the services of Aaliyah Chavez from Lubbock and Monterey, because she going to break the bank whenever it gets done. That's for sure. CJ, not a source cream. I think that's sour cream. Yeah, he says sour cream. But a dip of Copenhagen, my dip of choice. Never was a big dipper. Red Man, yeah. Dip, nope. Copenhagen, nope. Couldn't do it. Yeah, so, yeah, taking the final. I've got 4 or 5 out there from what I understand, but it's okay. Going back to Chavez. Jacob, 25 threes, going to get boat raced with big athletes. Lose to Kansas, random road loss, maybe 1 more. Where are you then? That's the question. That's what we're saying. Where are you then? So where's your bad loss? Do you have to get 2 of 3 good wins, in that UH, Arizona, Kansas stretch? But it can be done. And that's what's so fun about talking about it tonight, is that you're one of about 4 teams that can win this league right now. And your position is as good as anybody because of the wins you have. Man, what you would give to have that Iowa State game back. Good grief. Hawkins' shooting has surprised me. Yeah, he'd been really good on the road, and obviously was against Houston the other night in that one, and came back and had a nice scoring output in Lubbock. He hadn't been scoring all that great. I still don't want him to be taking a ton of shots. I want him to be a distributor. The shots need to come a little bit more naturally, I think. But if nobody else is doing it, you're going to go shoot some. I guess, all right, knock it down. But I really like him, and I liked what I saw the first month and a half while this team was kind of gelling. That I thought he really did a great job distributing the basketball, breaking it down, as good as any Tech point guard's done in the last couple of years. Hold on, product placement. There you go. Well, let's see. Our friend from north of the red, Law Dog Sports, great stuff. Follow him. Yeah, spring training. Josh Young, time to bounce back. You jinxed it. He'll probably trip over something and break an index finger or something. He's got to stay healthy. Great talent, great major league player when he's healthy. Got to be on the field. That's it. That's the story. That's the Josh Young story right now. Is, will you be available? Will you be out on the field for me? If you can be out on the field for me, you're as good as anybody out there in the American League. Obviously, a former All-Star. Be healthy. And it's weird because none of the injuries seem to be something that you say this guy is injury prone, yet the injuries keep happening, right? It's not like he's always got a hamstring or the glute has done something or he sprained his eyelid, going to the observatory and looking at the rings around Saturn. It's none of that stuff. mean, it's like legit, something broke. Sue, give me 145, 150 games this year. Let's see what it looks like. Not much from Walton, though. Spots here and there. He's getting a little more consistent. Showed up the last couple of games. Streaky, very streaky. Streaky, very streaky. Got to watch out for the streaky. James heard this morning that Tech has lost a combined 11 points by a combined 11 points all season. Think what a free throw does. Free throws matter. All free throws matter. I think go back in the missed, 2 or 3 front ends there against Iowa State. Heck, even in the Houston game the other night, you weren't doing a great job getting to the line, and then late, how much did you leave out there in the final 4 minutes of regulation? Free throws. Jan, I make my own pimento cheese. Makes her own pimento cheese. 3 cheeses in it. You get cayenne, the jalapeno pepper juice, used for a dip. Make grilled cheese sandwiches with it. Really good pimento cheese stuff on hamburger. If it's got something else in it, good. Pimento cheese by itself, yeah. Joe Ely's got a new album dropping tomorrow. It's a fact. He's battling some serious health issues right now. His wife, Sharon, announced that on social media early this week. I am looking forward to seeing what this thing looks like when it comes out, and, what we got going on there. So prayers for Ely and his family. You can find it on Facebook on their page. Robert's on YouTube. He gave us thumbs up on YouTube, right? You liked it. Everybody on YouTube like it. Share it. Invite people in. We need more people on YouTube. We need YouTube to get over 500. If we can get 500 subscribers, we're at like right around 450 or something. I don't know where we are today. If we can get that next 50, everybody on Facebook, even if you don't watch it on YouTube, go subscribe. It don't cost nothing. If you want to do something for us, invite people to do that. It grows it. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. So pizza and chicken wings, perfect for Super Bowl. I've never been a huge pizza Super Bowl guy, although it is great. I don't know why. Now, wings, yeah. But we mentioned it's all about finger food. It's all about being able to be mobile, and pizza's mobile. I shouldn't say that. I know we've had a lot of pizza over the years for Super Bowl. But, yeah. I mean, you can get you Domino's. They'll be ready to go. Good Lord. Biggest day. Hey, if you do order Domino's pizza this weekend, wherever you call home, hopefully in Raiderland, tip them ridiculous because they are busting their butts for you. All right. Have a look at Tech versus UNC for baseball yet? Yeah, we've been paying attention to Texas Tech. Not a whole lot to UNC. We know they're very good. Here's what I know, James. The weather looks horrible, and I wish tomorrow they would say we're moving this series to Lubbock, and we're going to get these games in. Otherwise, we could be looking at snow and ice. We could be looking at temperatures in the 30s and a wasted opportunity for the Red Raiders. So that's the main thing I'm looking at right now. We know they're good. Preseason top 10 D1 baseball. We know they're stacked with a lot of great pitching. And we also know Texas Tech has a ton of new faces. But and I like the names. We got great names on this Texas Tech team right now. First base, it looks like it may be Robin Villanueva. Hey, Villanueva backwards is Avid. Well, I don't know. Then you got Antonelli Savaretti, who looks like may have second base locked down. Tracer Lopez, TJ Pompey around the rest of the infield. Damian Bravo's got to be somewhere. We think he's probably going to be in right field. Then you got Thompson and Johnson, two guys battling it out in center. Go get them guys, good speed guys. Logan Hughes probably in left field, and then Dylan Maxey. After that, you got a lot of guys that are going to be pushing for playing time. You've got Schultz on the right side of the infield, Rivers behind the plate. This is a good team, This is a good team, I think, because I like the competition that they've had to get on the field here during the preseason. But the main thing I'm looking at, James, right now is the weather, and that North Carolina series doesn't matter if it doesn't get played. Law Dog, I'm here now. Sorry, just subscribe. You can. We're glad you subscribed. You can watch wherever you want. Everybody can watch on YouTube, on Facebook Live, Twitter. Don't matter. Thanks to United Supermarkets and Market Street, your Super Bowl headquarters. You can get in and get your comments in no matter where you are. Lawrence is sitting there on YouTube. Can't go wrong with cheese, crackers, and pepperoni. A freaking men to that, by the way, Lawrence. And I'm a big fan, of like the little platters you can buy. They got like the 4 cheeses, pepperoni, hard salami. You get the crackers out, get the Ritz crackers going. We're off and running. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That counts as a dip to me. Robert, I commented that OH's unis, Ennis, look like Monterey's unis. I'm thinking OH, and I don't know what that is. Ohio? Unis look like Monterey's unis. I'm glad you did. All right, last chance. Get your thoughts, comments in. We didn't make fun of Tommy Tuberville damn near enough tonight. We may just have to do some more of that tomorrow on the Super Bowl predictions. Get ready for that. Tomorrow on the website, theraiderland.com. Most Texan thing you have done this week. If you haven't done anything really Texan, you need to jump out there and do that. I want to thank South Plains College being a great sponsor of ours. Sideline Provisions. Look good, play good, feel good. Check it out. Q4 here in Lubbock, the old Cardinal Sports Center. And, of course, United Supermarkets. Last thing, again, if you want to do something for us, sign up on all of our platforms, whether it's Facebook, whether it's our YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, doesn't cost anything, and, of course, on Twitter X. We get a ton of people on Twitter X, and glad for everybody out there. You can share that. We're going to post this on the website here in just a minute, just a few minutes, theraiderland.com. And then you can go back and share that off the website if you want to. But you guys are awesome. It's always fun. We enjoy the hell out of it. We'll see you in the morning at theraiderland.com.